2 wingbacks, 3 strikers, 120 plus goals. This is one to look at. This one is simply titled Deany's 120 plus goal a season, wingbacks and 3 strikers. Pretty straightforward. Now the only description in it basically said, had Trent get over 35 assists first season, scored 125 in the league and won every competition, Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, Europa League, needs good strikers and wingbacks to be good. Let me know how you get on with it. So it looks like it is Liverpool saying Trent, but Deany, I don't know. So we'll see what actually happens in this one with our 3 teams of Premier League, Aston Villa and Liverpool, and then our championship side of Ipswich Town. So with all that said, let's head into the Premier League. Well, if he did use Liverpool, it kind of works here. Liverpool 89 points, 113 goals is a fantastic tally, no question about it. Aston Villa though in 6th, 71 points, 92 goals is another fantastic one right there, 2nd in the league. But 6th place, you definitely could have done a little bit better. Liverpool's domestic cup run was fantastic. Carabao Cup final, you win your 2nd trophy of the season 3-2 against Tottenham. Unfortunately, you lose against Newcastle in the FA Cup final 0-2. But you do make it a handy 3 trophy season, 8-3 over RB Salzburg. That is crazy. That is probably one of the just nastiest matches you will ever see. But 8-3, you get the trophy. You got 3 this season. Doing fairly well. So overall, 1st in the league, fantastic. Europa League winners, FA Cup runners-up, Carabao Cup winners. I mean, this has been a fantastic season. So squad-wise, we are looking at some good things here. I'm assuming 34 goals for Salah, 32 for Jota, Nunez with 28. That is amazing. 17 for Gakpo. Those are the only 4, though, in double digits. That's kind of interesting. 21 assists for Trent. Did a fantastic job there. So 17 for Szoboszlai. Salah was 16 alone. 7-5-2 for Salah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Aston Villa, unfortunately, not able to do nearly as well in the domestic cups, as you can see, and as we probably already saw if you saw it in the list, but losing to Liverpool 3-4 in the Carabao Cup 4th round, but getting to the semis of the FA Cup 2-2 in penalties over Newcastle, who did win, so not too bad. Unfortunately, though, getting to the Europa Conference League semifinals, losing out handily against Brighton. That is not a good one. You do win at home, but unfortunately away from home, you just got 1 extra that you just couldn't get past. So overall, you get 6th in the Premier League. You've definitely seen better. Knocked out in the semis of the Conference League by Brighton. Yeah, that's not bad, actually. Knocked out in the semis by Newcastle in the FA Cup. That's not bad either. Knocked out in the 4th round by Liverpool. That's annoying. So squad-wise for Aston Villa, 35 goals for Zaniolo, 33 for Ollie Watkins, 29 for Diaby. That is a crazy set of tallies right there. 16 assists for Deany, Douglas Luiz with 15 alone there. And then you get Zaniolo with a 7.36, 7.27 for Ollie Watkins. Data Hub, that's where you expect attacking through the roof. Dribbles made. That is crazy. Very low. Very, very low right there. And if you look at Aston Villa, not a bad outing either. Well above Premier League average, just not quite high enough to catch Liverpool. So Premier League stats, Liverpool clearly the winner, 113 goals. Aston Villa in 2nd with 92. Tottenham only 1 down though with 91. I mean, it was a crazy season. Few shots against, Liverpool in 5th with 347. Aston Villa not even making the list. Most possession, Liverpool in 4th with 58. Aston Villa around average with 54. Most dribbles made, not there. Of course, they were just completely down in the list. Nothing there for most tackles or best pass completion. Most shots for Liverpool in 1st and Aston Villa in 5th. How did it do for Ipswich Town in the championship? Well, they got 4th place, so not bad at all. 78 points, 119 goals for. Yeah. Clear leaders right there. Now, they did get to the playoffs, and unfortunately in the final, losing out to Southampton in extra time 3-4. So unfortunately, domestic cups and everything else, they lose out in the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup to Tottenham, and then FA Cup, you lose out in the 4th round to Norwich. But you can see, I mean, it looks like some months of just sheer fantastic points. Unfortunately, May's just not the greatest. So championship, you got to the playoffs. You got to the playoff final, unfortunately losing out by 1 in extras. FA Cup knocked out in the 4th round. Carabao Cup knocked out in the 3rd round. It doesn't really matter that much. So squad-wise, I mean, there's some green there, I guess, right? 33 goals for Hurst is a fantastic tally. Chaplin was 17, the only ones in double digits. 25 assists for Leif Davis, 12 for Connor Chaplin, the only ones there in double digits. But Leif Davis with a 735. Unfortunately for the championship stats, though, they're not here all that much. Most goals clearly with 127, most possession with 55, again average in fourth, and then most shots for in first with 794. So let's take a look at this tactic itself. You start out with a sweeper keeper in defend, a central defender in defend, next to a libero in defend, a complete wingback in support on the left, a complete wingback in attack on the right, with an anchor in defend in the middle. Box to box in support next to an advanced playmaker in support, two deep lying playmakers. On the left is an attack, on the right is a support, and then an advanced forward in attack up front. Positive mentality. In possession, attacking with his fairly wide, approach play is pass into space, overlap in left and right, play out of defense. Passing directness is slightly more direct, tempo is slightly higher, and mixed crosses. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly, distribute to the entire back line, and roll it out. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. So how did this do for our three teams? Well, I won't say that an individual player got 120 goals for the season, like I'm assuming Troy Deany in their trials, but George Hurst with 33 goals, fantastic mark. Liverpool doing a fantastic mark as well with Salah and Nunez, all of them. But Ipswich Town coming in fourth, not too bad. They do lose out in the playoffs, and if we do switch over to Liverpool and Aston Villa, I mean, goals, 34 for Salah is a fantastic tally. Liverpool in first with 113, Aston Villa with 92. So definitely a very attacking tactic. If you can just back it up with a good back four or back two, with amazing wingbacks, you got yourself a tactic to work with. But unfortunately, it looks like Aston Villa just didn't have that ability. But again, this is a sim using the same players for the most part throughout the entire season. I had no control in it whatsoever. If you took control of these yourselves, you could find those players to fit those roles and do an amazing job. But that is it for me, Sefian FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.